So what is missing? What is missing about?
Okay, yeah. Missing is a follow-up to the 2018 film Searching, and it stars Storm Reid and Leung. And it's a story about family, about connection, and about mothers and daughters, but it all takes place after Storm Reid's mom doesn't return from a trip abroad to Colombia that she takes with Storm's soon-to-be stepdad, which begins a very frantic search to find her. But when local authorities in Colombia aren't helpful, when FBI authorities aren't helpful, June, played by Storm, starts to realize like the only person who can really find her is her. She uses pretty much the only tool that she has at her disposal, which is her computer. So she opens up Google, tries to start breaking into accounts, hires people on the ground in Colombia, and tries to piece together what happened to her mom, like 3,000 miles away.
And it's killer. Yeah. Okay. And the other thing I wanted to ask
PG-13 for teen drinking, some smoking, language, I guess.
How do you plan these for being viewed on a huge screen and also for being viewed on a little screen like I've seen your movies on?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously all starts from the story, and these guys wrote a really intense treatment for missing, and they of course wrote the script for Searching. But I would say we don't approach it as like it's a movie on screens, therefore it's going to play on small screens. These are very much written to be big cinematic experiences. We want people in the theater, and we've been lucky enough to see Missing now in theaters with a crowd, and it's like, it's one of those movies where you're leaning over and you're whispering and you're trying to guess, with your friends what's happening. So, I think we start from a place of, and you guys jump in obviously as the writers, but we start from a place of like, let's make a really good thriller first. And then we kind of think of it as, okay, now how do we work it into the challenge of it all has to come from the perspective of screens? Because I think if these movies don't stand on their own just as good mysteries, as good thrillers, then the screen stuff starts to feel like a gimmick. But our hope is that you kind of forget that you're watching on screens, and it just kind of brings this extra kind of texture or elevation to it.
It seems like you're also using the margins, the space that may not be where the main story is unfolding, to sort of set up other stories. I guess we'd call those Easter eggs. But there's a lot of references to, I believe, a serial killer called like the Green Something Killer. In this movie never comes up again. It just sort of pops up. And are you building a universe? Is there a green? What is the name of that killer, and what's going on there?
It's not a killer per se. Did you know that in Searching, Tim, like in the background of that movie, there's an alien invasion occurring?
No.
Okay. So because we spent so long making Searching, and most of that in the editing room, we literally had to write every text, every news article, every comment across that movie. And in the process of doing that, we had a lot of fun. Like there's a lot of subplots. I remember Aneesh put in this brilliant subplot about like David's parents who are flying in from Korea to like help with the search. Like if you really pause and watch, there's so many cool Easter eggs and world building. The biggest one is the fact that over the course of that movie, there's an alien invasion happening. All the same beats that you would see like in an Independence Day kind of movie, like the NASA informants going missing, or like the people are tweeting about, hey, did you guys see this green lightning or whatever? And it kind of reaches a crescendo at the end of that movie. With Missing, we had to do that again. So I think with Missing, if you pay attention, which it sounds like you did, you will see you will see an entirely crazy story happening in the background.
But it's a continuation of what we set up in Searching.
Exactly. It's not a killer, but yes, you are right that there is somebody named Green Angel, and they have a role to play in the background of this movie.
So the Green Angel is set up in Searching.
Kind of.
Events that precede Green Angel are set up in Searching.
Yes, that's the way to say it.
And you don't want to say what Green Angel is, I assume.
I mean, I guess we've said it already.
She's basically a superhero that emerges to help tackle the events that began in Searching.
Oh, okay, so dealing with the alien invasion.
Yeah, Tim, I feel like you're looking at us like we're crazy.
I love this. I think it's so awesome, because if your kid was missing, you wouldn't care at all about the alien invasion.
Exactly.